Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Lisa from Crafting and Cruising. I'll tilt you down a little bit. Come on in here and say hi. We're in my bedroom today. Just thought we'd make it a little more personal. I'm trying to hide some of the junk back there. When you hop on, say hi and let me know you're here. And of course, if you watch replay, hashtag replay. Today we're going to be doing some talking, some catching up and some talking. Got a lot to talk about. And here in Middle Tennessee, sorry y'all, I'm going to try to keep my hands off. I've got a card table up here. So I'm seeing y'all, I've got my camera on the card table and that's why it's wiggling so much. Okay, I can't see comments. So would y'all throw some emojis up here? Maybe it'll get the comments moving so I can see who's on here. And of course, keep commenting. Love that. Hello, there's a heart. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Keep those hearts and thumbs up. And there's Claudia. I see her. Hey sister, how are you? Claudia, are you away from the fires? Do you have any family or friends near the fires? I'm praying so hard about that. So awful. Awful, awful, awful. Come on in, everybody, and say hello to Claudia and to me. Rodney's not here. He's going to pick me up some spindles that he got free. They're not old. But that's okay. We can make them look old. You know that. Okay, so I still just see two people, but all I see is Claudia. I'm going to swipe to the right one more time and swipe back. Sometimes you just have to refresh. I still don't see anybody else. Now I see three people, but I don't know who. So, what's the weather doing where you all are? Guess what? We supposedly, allegedly, are going to get snow Friday into Saturday, maybe as much as 8 inches, you guys. We're away from the fires that our daughter and our family were evacuated. They're safe, praise God. But I hope they don't lose anything from being evacuated. Thank you, thank you, thank you for those hearts. Yeah, hey Valerie, nice to see you too. Nice to see you guys. So glad you're here. It's been a minute. Been a minute. So today, we're going to talk a little bit, and then I think I'm going to craft. I think I'm going to end this one, and then I'm going to come back on and craft. So, sorry if the camera moves. I'm going to try not to touch this table much. This card table that I moved up to my room is wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. But if the snow does come, even with the big heat running in the motorhome, it'll work it to death, and we will probably run out of propane quickly, and then we won't be able to drive the bus to Tractor Supply to get them refilled. We have 2 portable heaters in there that we have going all the time, but unless you can knock the chill off with the big one, it's really hard to get warm in there. And so I told Rodney, I said, I'm just going to gather some of my supplies. I can always come out and get more if I need them, and go set up in our room on a card table. And that way, you can see 2 windows behind me, 2 more with the curtains down over there. Then there's another one in the other side of the bay window, and then there's one right here by me. So between my ring light and this, I should have enough light. And when I'm on live crafting, I'll turn toward a window so you'll be able to see me better. So, okay, well, let's talk. Happy New Year. Thank you for the hearts and thumbs up. Happy New Year. I'm claiming right now it's going to be a fabulous year. Thank you, Claudia. I do too. Thank you, sweet Barbara. I appreciate you. I'm claiming 2025 is going to be a fabulous year on every level, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, for all of us. And I'm praying to that end. So it's a new year. I don't do New Year's resolutions because I'm one of those that if I make a resolution, I'm sure not to do it. So if some things just happen on their own, good. If they don't, then I don't feel so guilty. I do, however, want to choose a word that I can post and I can journal about and I can kind of focus on all through the year. And I've really been toying with which one I want to use. I first thought of serve because I love serving others, but I need to do more of it. That's when I get the most blessing. I thought about encouragement because we all need encouragement, right? And I want to be an encourager. The Bible says encourage one another and build each other up. So I want to be encouraged, but I really want to be an encourager. So I thought I'll use encourage. I'll use serve. And then today I heard, no, I'm not making a vision board. I've done those in the past, and I don't. I mean, that was when we were multi-level marketing, so no. But in Debbie's private group, Debbie Rigg, in Check Savvy Live, which is her private group, we're going to be journaling all year. Different things. I mean, different people are going to journal different things. And I'm journaling on my own as I do my daily devotional and Bible study. Especially trying to remember to journal Thanksgiving, praises, and prayer requests. So I'm going to be working in a journal like Debbie got. I picked up mine today from Michael's, and just doing lots of like scrapbooking things. I've done 3 big scrapbooks for all 3 of my children, and after that I started on my grandchildren and I went, what am I doing? No. Rodney wanted me to do it digitally. I thought that wouldn't be so fun. No, Barbara, not yet. Supposed to start Friday. And so I started the oldest granddaughters and quit. But I miss doing some paper crafts. I've tried to get into junk journaling. Y'all, told you before, I cannot get off a dead center. But I think doing this in Debbie's private group will kind of get me going again. So even if I don't, oh, good word, perspective, Dana. Even if I don't do junk journaling, I did an altered book years ago, which is kind of like a junk journal. I need to bring that in and show y'all. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did it over a long period of time. And that's what I want to do. I just want to do it slowly, and when I'm in the mood, maybe when I'm in the car with Rodney traveling, sitting around watching TV, whatever. So anyway, having said all that, I do have some new goals. One of those goals is that I want to do and hope to do more events this year. Now, I don't know how easy it's going to be to find them, but I'm going to look for more than I've done before. I'm in Maddie's Mystery Box Challenge, and I do some different ones from time to time. But I want to do more events. I love them. I think they're so much fun. I also want to back off of a regular schedule on this page. And I'll tell you why. I had said Tuesday, Thursday, and sometimes Saturdays, which Saturdays are usually reserved for events. Or if I'm not in an event, then I would do something on my page sometime. I've got a bite or something right here. It's itching me. When I first started all this, I said from the get-go, I'm almost 70 years old. I want to do this for fun. I want to build a sweet community of people that I can get to know. They can get to know us. We can pray for each other. We can love on each other. Hopefully meet each other at some point. But I don't want it to be pressure. Some crafters and creators do this as their source of income, and so they need to be on a more rigid schedule. I'm blessed that I don't have to do this for a source of income. And so I, from the beginning, wanted to do it for therapy for me and just to build a community with you guys. And we've done that. But what I have found myself doing is on Monday, starting to think, oh my goodness, I've got to go live tomorrow. What am I going to do? Do I have anything ready? Same thing on Wednesday for Thursday. Sometimes my sweet, precious husband, whom I adore and is so helpful to me, will say, aren't you going live tonight? When was the last time you went live? Are you going live this week? And that brings about, he's not meaning to, I know that, but that brings about a certain amount of pressure and expectation. And then I do it to myself too. And it sort of takes away some of the fun and the therapeutic part of it. I could get on here and talk to you guys all day long, even though I can't see your faces. I'm a talker, y'all know that. And I love sharing one another's burdens and praying for one another. And I love when I am creating and I want to share with you guys on live, I want to do that. But there's sometimes I'm creating that I'm just in a zone. I just want to be me. I just want to be quiet, or I want to watch a movie while I'm crafting. And so I just thank you, Dana. I don't want it to be where I have to post a calendar. I'm going to go live Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever. Okay? So, in order to keep up the algorithm on Facebook, you have to be consistent. That's the name of the game. And the people who have the bigger pages, many of them, started during the pandemic. And so they've had more exposure, and people were in and bored and, got online and started watching creators. That's what happened with me. And then some do it because they know they have to for their income. And for the Book of Faces to push you up in the algorithm and give you the exposure that you want or need, you have to be consistent. It makes sense. It's just like in anything else. If you're going to learn a new trade, you're going to learn a new skill, playing the piano, playing an instrument, drawing, watercolor, whatever, you got to be consistent. You got to do it over and over and over again to learn. But if you're depending on exposure for your income, then, hey, sweet Terry, you have to put yourself out there on a regular basis. Maybe not always live, maybe just posting posts, doing reels, doing short videos, doing stories, getting on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc., etc., etc. Hey, Della. So, I am in charge of my life. Nobody's in charge of making me happy but me, and those people that I choose to surround myself do make me happy. But if there's pressure that I'm feeling, thank you so much, Della. If I'm feeling pressure, that's self-induced. Okay? So I have to take control of that. I don't want to worry about Facebook algorithm. If Facebook shares me out and you all receive the notification, great. I know Telegram will come because I'll continue sending telegrams, and that has nothing to do with the Book of Faces, okay? So that's why I insist that people join the free Telegram. Thank you for those stars. How sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So thank you for the emojis. So anyway, I don't want to have to be bound by the Facebook algorithm. And are they dropping people off my page? Are they turning off their notifications? I'll remind you from time to time to turn on your notifications or make sure they're still turned on. But I'm not going to bug you about it. I don't want it to be the main thing. But the Book of Faces make it hard for anyone else to be consistent and keep the algorithm up because they keep changing the rules and making it harder for growth. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Barbara. That's exactly what's happening, which is another reason why I've been trying to get my videos over to YouTube. If you haven't joined my YouTube channel, I invite you to do so. Crafting and Cruising on YouTube. But that platform, if something happens with the Book of Faces, which is still the best exposure, then I won't lose any of my videos from here because they're on YouTube. And then I can go live on YouTube if I want to. So I want options, and what I don't want is the stress. Most of you all know one of our daughters and her two daughters live with us. They're both teenagers. And Rodney's still working, and I like to travel with him. Hey, Romano, love you. And so I want to enjoy this time, the time that God allows me to have left on earth. And I want to share it with you guys, and I want to continue building our community, and I hope you all will continue to share and invite others. And I hope you'll join the Telegram and make sure your notifications are turned on, because I do want you to know when I'm going live, and I do want you to be here. But I don't want the pressure of having to go live. Oh, I'm sorry, Della. Y'all, I'm trying on Meta Business Suite again. Remember when I was doing that before was when it would cut my live off? I meant to say that earlier. If I don't go on Meta Business Suite, I can't flip my camera if I just do it for my page. So, having said that, if it cuts me off, I'll come right back just on my regular page. I mean, without being on Meta Business Suite. So anyway, hitting 5,000 followers seems to kind of be a turning point for a page. And that's what I was really hoping to get to. It's very slow going. And it's not financially feasible for me to keep buying all these supplies and doing all these crafts that I have no room for if I can't sell them. And selling, many of y'all have been so sweet and have bought from me, and this is not to put you on a guilt trip at all. But I need to get rid of stuff as I make it, unless it's something I really, really love and want to keep. So, I had said not long ago, and it remains true, that when I am creating on my page, unless it's something that I want to keep myself, I'm going to sell it at the end. And I'm not going to do it auction style. I'm just going to set a price and do it. Except sometimes, for variety, I may say, okay, I'm going to sell this. I'm going to leave it up for 24 hours. Starting bid is $20, and you can bid on it, and at such and such time tomorrow, the biddings will end and the highest bidder wins it. I may do something like that. Some, and then some may just be a flat, okay, I'm going to sell it. Anybody's interested, tell me. First person that comments sold will get it. Okay? I just want to make it easy. I don't want to do live auctions, and I don't need stuff just piling up and piling up and piling up in my house, or sitting on a shelf in the basement where a lot of it is right now, collecting dust, and nobody's getting to enjoy it. Not me or anybody else. So, more money going out, less money coming in is just not a good practice. Thank you for the stars. I mean, the hearts and the thumbs up. I appreciate you. So, I also said last year that my page was going to be a lifestyle page. In fact, I kind of changed the title to Crafting and Cruising Through Life. And so, from drab to fab. So, I've done a couple of makeup videos. I've done 1 or 2 hair videos. Sometimes y'all ask me to show you how I do my eye makeup or my makeup routine or whatever. Sometimes Ronnie and I are traveling and we just think of a subject we'd like to talk to y'all about or do a survey on or whatever. So, it's going to continue to be a lifestyle page. It's not just going to be creating, okay? That part I don't want to change. And I am going to, things that I don't sell, I'm probably going to try to start selling in the monthly Crafty Bunch live sales that they have. She only has a limited amount of spaces, but sometimes I may get on there. And also, Craft Around the Clock that I'm a member of sometimes does live sales as well. So, I may do some sales in there too. I think I'm going to start trying to do, as I said, some more paper crafts. I want to do some things this year with paper mache. I want to do more things with watercolor. I want to do some glass and resin art. And what else? Maybe some other paper crafts besides just the journal with Debbie. I don't know. We'll see. And then another thing I want to get more into is digital art. You know, I've shown you some things that I've done before, like trays and bottles and things where I've decoupaged on there, and I've told you this is my design. Well, I purchased a program, and so I have a program now to do my own designs. This is one I did the other day. Y'all know I love angels. And it says, I believe there are angels among us from somewhere up above, like that song. So just, you know, fiddling around with that program, trying some things. So I want to do some more of that for my own use. And then if anybody's interested in either a digital download or me printing it and sending it to them, which I've done a few times, then I want to do that too. So I've got some goals of some things I want to do. I just don't want the pressure of how frequently and regularly I'm going to do it. I want to have some guest crafters come in on my page, and I hope to be able to help other crafters out when they're needed, like I was the other day on Grammy's Crafts and Craziness. That was fun. And for those of you all who were on there and saw the dove I made with my own homemade molding paste, well, you know, it kept kind of running together when I would make the feather dividers and all that, and I let it dry a little bit more, and I'd go back and try to pull them down again, and then it would level out again, and I was like, oh, this is driving me crazy. So I just finally walked away and let it dry in the motorhome. Okay. Now, it's been cold in the motorhome. Let me show you what I found when I went in today. Y'all ready for this? I don't think you are. I wasn't. Was it the homemade modeling paste? Was it the fact that it was so cold? Was it a combination? I don't know. So, I'm going to clean it off and do it again, this time with the regular modeling paste. So this beautiful dove is a mess right now, Barbara. But that's okay. You live and you learn. And how would I have ever known if that was going to work or not if I hadn't tried it? So I've still got my pattern. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay the pattern back out using the modeling paste, and I'm gonna do one layer of feathers at a time and let it dry. Then I can go in and do another layer and let it dry. That way it's gonna give a more 3D effect. Then I can go back with my wax and I can darken up places where I need dimension or texture, more texture. Does that make sense? So it's probably a good thing. I mean, when I walked in today, I literally started laughing. I went, oh my gosh, what happened? It was funny. Rodney was getting ready to leave to go get those spindles, and I stopped at the car and I went, look. And he goes, hey, you may be onto something new, like a 3D effect. It looks like your dove is fixing to fly off of the frame. And I said, yep, it is, right to the trash can. Okay, now, I have said before, and I'm going to repeat it. Everybody has their own faith beliefs, or not. No, Barbara, it's not a big deal. And that's fine. I respect everybody's right.